All right, so it's been a little while since I did one of these videos. That's a little bit longer anyway. So yeah, I built this custodial backend, so I'm going to show that off. I guess kind of the main point is I want to talk about this Moneysocket chat that I've been building the last couple days. So yeah, this will be a little bit longer. I guess a demo of a bunch of things that have been going on, and I'll get some thoughts out of my head. So yeah, apologies if this is a little bit longer, but I got some cool stuff to show here. So yeah, the custodial terminus, so custodial.socket.money or socket.money/custodial will forward you over. This is online, so this is a C Lightning node that's running in the cloud that's running the terminus. So you can register an account. This doesn't actually check your email, so you can give it a bogus email if you want. And then yeah, just the username has to be unique. So yeah, use at your own risk. This isn't meant to be a wallet. This is just to kind of get you testing. So yeah, if I reset this, I get all the sats. So just be warned, if you put anything on here, I might take it at any given time. But yeah, so that's not even my email, but it'll work because that's the one I gave. Now my password, I'll just copy in so you don't see it. But yeah, so I got these accounts set up. I'll actually reset this. So I'm going to clear those beacons, I'm going to remove that account. Oh yeah, I was connected, so it disconnected there. So when you create a new account, it looks like this. So you can create yourself a new account. So it comes with a balance of 0 sats. So the idea there is then you generate a beacon. Now you can generate more than one. Now this is kind of an experimental feature. If you have multiple wallets connected to one account, you can go up to 3 before it complains, and then you can have up to 5 accounts here. Yeah, I'll only use 2 here because I'm going to be paying between wallets. All right, so I'll make a beacon for that one and a beacon for that one, so you can connect your wallet to it. So I'll forget the old one that was there. I'll connect in. So yeah, I got the balance of 0 sats. So these 2 wallets are online with the 2 different accounts. So the first thing you probably want to do is you want to fund it. So if you go receive, so I'll just fund both of these. 100 sats, request invoice, and now the fun part of using another Lightning wallet. So you can fund these. There's one. Okay, this is Phoenix. It takes a couple seconds. I think while it's paying, I can probably scan the other one. Yep, so that one sent. Ooh. Oh, that messed up my scan. I gotta scan it again. Okay, I'm gonna pay that. So we got 100 sats here. Manual receive. Yeah, there's a few bugs in the wallet that I'm gonna have to fix up that I'm noticing. So I'm going to be on a bug hunt after this. So yeah, forgive that this doesn't say 100. It should. But yeah, I think that's just some problems in some of the GUI refactoring we did. Right, so I don't have to be logged in here. Now I guess if I just log in one more time, it should show the new balance. So yeah, you got that there's 100 deposited in each of these accounts, and if you go list receipts, it does give a history, kind of like the history here. That's sort of how it's intended. It's not formatted as nice, but it will give you a history. So you can kind of monitor your account, and then yeah, there is a cap here, so it will error if you try to deposit more than 5,000 sats into that account. It'll just refuse. It'll throw an error. So yeah, that's 2 wallets funded. So I can get rid of that for now. So yeah, there's also, yeah, you can manually send by scanning a QR code. It's not going to try and take my camera, so it won't actually work there. So then, all right, Moneysocket chat. So I'm just going to put these off to the side until I'm ready to pay. So I'll explain what's going on. Now, this isn't online yet. This is just localhost for me right now. So there's this server process that I'm running here. I'll just stop it. So yeah, I got a disconnected from server message on those guys. So when I start this up, here's the config file. This server process, server D, has a Moneysocket beacon. So it's a fairly lightweight, just sort of Python twisted process. So it's serving WebSockets, and it's got a WebSocket connection out to this beacon, and that happens to be pointing to the terminus that I'm running on my local PC right in front of me. So if I start that up, yeah, it's the consumer is online. So this WebSocket server here has a consumer of a provider, which is the terminus on my PC. So if I restart here, these guys go. So so I guess well, there's a bunch of things going on. So you see that they kind of changed color here. So I do have this sort of rough identity kind of thing that you can change. So if I select anarchist, it'll pretend, okay, I'm anarchist, so it's going to show these as if I type them. So there's no hard enforcement of identity, which is another discussion maybe when we get back to the wallets. I'll circle back on that. But yeah, so without actually getting into Moneysocket yet, if I type a chat message, or actually, hello, and so this I identify as a capitalist. So this doesn't have a Moneysocket connection. So this is like if somebody just came up to Moneysocket chat and they didn't want to figure out the wallet yet, they could at least use it like this. So if they want to go pay it with like their Phoenix wallet, they can go ahead and, if it can focus, I'm going to pay that 1 Satoshi invoice, which will take a second to go through here. Doop-de-doo. All right, succeeded. Yeah, so so the server, through its Moneysocket connection, it recognized that invoice had been paid, and then so that message got forwarded through. Now that's kind of what I'm trying to illustrate with Moneysocket is that this is bad UI. You don't want people scanning QR codes every time. Using 2 devices at the same time to do a chat, for example, is undesirable. There's just like your arm will get sore, and it's just once the novelty wears off, you're not going to do it. So the idea here is you connect your Moneysocket wallet. So I'm going to copy that beacon into here, and I can use that. And then if I grant it permission for, say, 25 sats, this is available. So I can change my identity maybe. Let's go Hillary. So if I go world, there's a payment in progress. So this is the idea that I just have to type a message and hit enter, and it can go invoice and forward it back and pay it with the interface and just deduct the sats as I go. And then, yeah, it forwards it. The thing that you're paying for is for the server to forward it, and then also persist it such that when the window here is refreshed. Yeah, the thing is here is local storage remembers what you selected, so it conflicts when I have 2 of these open at the same time. So yeah, it displays like that. And then, yeah, like, ideally, if you have this in here, if you have 2 and you got 2 people chatting back and forth, it just goes like that. Now, there's, it does take a little bit of hesitation to actually get the invoice. So maybe I should have something placeholder in there like I do when it's paying, to kind of give you an indication that, hey, something's in progress, just wait. But yeah, really, like, you want to be able to type that as fast as you really can, which, yeah, it all should, and it'll reflect these in the order that it got received on the server, I believe. Actually, I'm keeping track of 2 timestamps. I forget. There's the timestamp when it was received, and then the timestamp when the invoice is paid, and then I forget which one I'm passing in here. But yeah, you really want 2 guys, whole chat room of people going to town, chatting like you would expect on Telegram. Yeah, and there's once you see this, like there's lots of features that you could want, and all possible. And yeah, so I'm not in a rush to go implement that. I just want to kind of get this online. So the fact that when you don't have your beacon there, this is sort of an ad for Moneysocket. Also, this up here, we got an explanation. I didn't actually write a tutorial. I'll have to spend some effort, because if this is sort of like if I post a thread on Reddit or something to say, hey, there's this cool thing called Moneysocket, and they wind up here, then we gotta then put them through the process of actually like getting on board with a wallet or running them themselves, and then okay, how do they connect all this, and then how do they connect it here? I kind of want a pictorial tutorial, so it'll take a little bit of effort to do. So yeah, the identity. Now, this is certainly less than ideal in the fact that you can kind of choose whatever your identity is. Now, that's kind of a placeholder for ideas. Now, like one similar thing on 4chan, when you're posting a message, it kind of gives you are anonymous on the site, but it does give you like sort of a flag option. Your identity is your flag, and they have some perhaps edgier and some other ones that are a little bit cheeky or whatever. So that kind of adds an interesting flavor to the site, in that it's not somebody's identity. It's sort of the identity that they kind of assume in the moment, that is perhaps to attract attention. So I've got a little bit of that to kind of at least help us think about what it means to sort of have this cryptographic identity. But then again, so this is kind of more stuff that perhaps could be done in the future that I think is a good idea. Is along with this Moneysocket connection, which provides the ability to pay, to have the ability to hold a private key, and also be able to sign and encrypt messages with that key. So the project Noster that Fiat Jaff has been working on, and Ben and others have contributed to, there's sort of the notion of like your client holds a private key, and then all your messages are at least signed and potentially encrypted in the future. So having your wallet also be like your identity manager for public keys, such that you can prove who you are. So it's not arbitrary here. Oh yeah, you can just also type. I was meant to show this, so I can set my identity like that. But yeah, anybody could come here and assume that identity and post with it. The way to disambiguate is if there's a private key that I own, that only I own. I can have the wallet provide the sign, or potentially also chain the signing privileges, such that this guy won't actually sign. He'll just forward it down towards the node for either the terminus to sign, or else we could also do things where you sign with the public key of the node itself. So you're like a Lightning node at that point would be your identity, and also not only sign but encrypt. So one of the notions about end-to-end encryption is, rather than this just being a public chat room, the idea that these messages would be directed to a particular individual identified by their private key or public key. Such that, I'm sending it to them, the server. The server process doesn't get to read the message. It only forwards it to its intended recipient, and only its intended recipient can decrypt it. And you could have multiple. So like on Noster, there's multiple relays. So you could have multiple servers that that all coordinate in a federation to kind of get an encrypted message to its destination. And there's different techniques you could use, like onion routing or whatever else. So I think that all hinges on providing that service. So I think we're going to have to draft something. So rather than just the payment and the send and receive protocol messages, to have like a sign and encrypt service. I don't know if it makes sense to do a verify, because any piece of software can do a verify, assuming you trust that software. But yeah, I think that's important. Once you start thinking down this rabbit hole, your cryptography then matters. And I think overall this is a much better architecture than what like Sphinx Chat is using, because here like we have separation between the wallet and the node and the chat application, and then somebody can make a podcast application or whatever else, and there's clear separation that each of these apps could be owned by different teams. And what Moneysocket provides is the way to coordinate between those apps. There's certain primitive services that that each device can do, and then you submit requests for it to perform it, and then that app can gain access to those services from a particular user's wallet. I guess we're at 15 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap up there, I guess. Doing some bug hunt stuff. I got to write the tutorial. That's pretty important. I think, a couple minute concise, like here's how you sign up for here, and here's how you kind of like I did, just how do you attach all these and start chatting, I think is probably like a couple minute video I could do. I kind of want to get this in order, and then there's a few fairly minor bugs that I don't think are too hard to fix that I'm gonna have to. I think these are like different color green too. Yeah, oh well. Anyways, just slow and steady and continuing on. So thanks for watching.